Hey guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel, and today is Friday, which means it is my weekly reads little series here on the channel. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you guys books that I have read over the past week, books I'm currently reading, and books that I want to read over the next week. So I will leave a link below if you guys missed, or maybe I'll leave a card above if you guys missed the last week's weekly reads. That way you guys can kind of jump in, see where things were there, because I do talk a little bit more about the books that I'm about to talk about in that one as well. I was just currently reading them last week, so this week I kind of will give you a little mini review of each one. The first one is Whiskey Words in a Shovel by R.H. Sin or Sign. I'm still not sure how to say that, but this is a really lovely little collection of poetry. You can tell, hopefully, by all the little tabs that I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this 5 stars. I'm not totally like over the moon and obsessed with it like I am with Milk and Honey or The Princess Saves Herself in this one, but I did really enjoy it. Actually, you know, now that I think about it, I might have just given it a 4 star because I did like it. I'm just not totally 100% in love with it. So I think this was a 4-star read for me. And there's just a ton of really great things in here. So I highly recommend this if you guys liked Milk and Honey or The Princess Saves Herself in this one. And then the next read, which I was currently reading in the last video, but I am now done with, is Gather the Daughters by Jenny Melamed. And so this one was really good and I really enjoyed it. It's this kind of like weird twist on this whole like cult culture, and so you get to kind of dive in and see how this little cult works and the different like scenarios that happened, and I feel like it was very compelling. It was also very disturbing, and I ended up giving it 4 stars just because the end didn't quite sit totally with me the way that I had hoped that it would, and there was a lot of questions still kind of lingering, but I think it made for a really great buddy read. So I got to buddy read with my friend Sadie, and so we were constantly going back and forth saying, where are you at? What do you think of this? Or, you know, if you still had questions, you're like, hey, what did you think about this? And so I felt like that was really fun. And then there were quite a few people that jumped in the Bookstagram community that also jumped in and did some buddy read and shared opinions, and I thought that also just like evoked a couple other emotions and really sparked a couple discussions, and so definitely was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing another buddy read. But yeah, this one was pretty good. It's just very interesting, and like I said, just a heads up to anybody, there are some very weird kind of like father-daughter like relationships, and while it's handled pretty delicately and pretty well, just a heads up just in case it's a trigger point for you or whatever. But like I said, there's definitely things that are more implied and nothing goes into full detail, so I definitely think that is a benefit, and I think if it would have given details, I think it would have crossed the line and I wouldn't have finished this book. But because it was handled so delicately, and it just allows you to really kind of dive in, and you get the point of view from like 4 to 5 different little girls, so following it through their perspective as everything kind of unfolds was really interesting to see as well. So yeah, 4 stars for this one. The last book, and I actually just finished it yesterday, and it was amazing. I adore it, and I cannot stop raving about it. I'm just so excited for it. And I want to let you guys know too that there is a very special little giveaway kind of thing happening. It's in the works, so definitely be sure to follow me on Bookstagram, and the link is below so that you guys will be able to see all the goodness like coming your way, because I haven't said anything anywhere, so you guys are the first to know. But there's going to be something really special coming that I'm just like literally over the moon about. I can't stop freaking out about how everything kind of fell into place, and so I'm just excited to see it all come together. But that read is Castle of Water by Dane Huckelbridge, and this was actually sent to me by the author, so thank you so much, Dane, for sending this my way. This is a 5-star read, you guys, and it is definitely in my top favorite books ever. I absolutely just loved everything about this book, from the writing style to the characters to the actual storyline. Everything about this was just so perfect. It is a fantastic summer read, so if you guys are still by chance taking a trip somewhere, definitely throw this in the bag. You guys will definitely want to pick it up, and if not, then I still say pick it up because it's absolutely amazing. And it's really cool to see a bunch of other friends on Instagram were also raving about this, and it just doesn't let you down, you guys. Like, all the rave is there, and I think it's such an underrated book. So what this is we have a character named Sophie who is newlywed to her husband, and they are going on the like second kind of leg of their honeymoon. They are architects, and then they kind of cross paths with this guy named Barry, who is also going to be on the little Cessna plane that they're getting onto this other little tiny island, and things definitely don't go as planned, and they get stuck in the storm and they go down. The only two survivors are Sophie and Barry, so they are these castaways like washed ashore on this little tiny island in the South Pacific, and it is this really great story of like survival, and there's also romance, and I just think, just literally, you guys, without giving so much more away, I think you guys should read it because it is so good. It's definitely one of my favorites. I adored it. Cannot rave about it enough. It is 5 stars, and this will not be the last time you see this because I'm going to be raving about it for quite a while. So definitely pick this up. There are links below to all of the books mentioned in this video, but if you only pick one, pick this one. Alright, so moving into the books that I'm currently reading. Now, I haven't actually started this. I meant to start it earlier today. This is Whiskey Words and a Shovel Volume 2. Much shorter than the first one, and I'm just excited to kind of continue on because I did like the kind of writing and the different topics that it approaches and just the emotions that it evokes, and just it's a really good, quick, easy little read, and I like to read these in chunks. So I just kind of, usually I have a little bit by the bed, so I'll read a couple in the morning, a couple at night, or while my bath is filling up, I'll grab this and read a couple other ones. So I like to slowly kind of read this and enjoy it versus just devouring it and be like, wow, that, you know, it's over so quick. But I like to kind of just let it all sit in and just kind of ponder over it for a few days. So this is one that I'm going to be working through over the next week and really looking forward to. And then the one that I started last night and then stayed up really late reading, not a ton, but I stayed up pretty late reading it. And then I woke up early this morning and read a ton more because I just can't put it down. I'm definitely intrigued by it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite book ever, and I'm not sure it'll be a 5-star, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's kind of a surprise too because I felt like I heard a lot of mixed reviews, so I was really unsure about going into it, and then I had a couple people convince me to just read it, and so I'm actually really glad that I did. It's a little dark and twisted, and so I think that's part of why I'm enjoying it, although I feel like at times it can be a little bit confusing. And the book that I am talking about is The Doll Funeral by Kate Hammer. This does release on August 15th, so definitely keep an eye out for it. Like I said, this is kind of dark and twisted, and so the story is very intriguing, but what we start out with is our main character, Ruby, who finds out that she is adopted on her 13th birthday, and so we get 3 different point of views. We get hers, we get her biological mom in the past, and then we also get this called the Shadow, and it's like this little shadow boy that Ruby talks to. So his chapters are definitely really dark, and then hers, you just are like so heartbroken to like things that she is going through and things that she's experienced for being so young, and so I'm just like a freaking wreck over this. Like, it's dark and it's sad, and so there's not a whole lot of hopefulness right now at this moment. I just feel like this poor kid, you know, and like we're just kind of trudging along following her little story, and I have no idea where this is going. I can't even guess as what's to happen because every time I feel like I tried to guess, I'm thrown for a loop. So definitely, like I said, it's interesting. It's keeping me on the edge of my seat. I want to keep reading, but it's not like something I'm falling totally in love with, but definitely has me hooked. Okay, so the last book that I'm going to talk about is one that I want to read hopefully and squeeze in over the next week as well, and it came in my book of the month subscription box. If you guys don't know what that is, it is absolutely amazing. I don't know what took me so long to get into it because I'm absolutely in love with it. So basically what you do is the first of every month, they have like a panel of judges and they choose, I think, 4 books. So you have 4 different selections and you pay a set price for the month and you get to choose one of those books. And if you guys want to, you can add on other books, and that's one of the perks too, is you can add a second book for only $9.99. So that's such a killer deal because I don't know where you can ever get a hardcover brand new book for $9.99. Like, it's so amazing. So more often than not, I end up with at least 2 books because it's just a killer deal. So the first of the month they come out with these picks. You get to choose one, and it's so much fun. And so this month there was a lot of talk going on about what everybody's going to pick, and there were so many good choices. And I like that it does push me out of my comfort zone, although this book I feel like is definitely right up my alley, not so far out my comfort zone, but I'm so excited. It has been getting a ton of killer reviews on Instagram and in the bookish community, and so I'm just excited. It is Fierce Kingdom by I don't know if it's Gin Phillips possibly. And so like I said, this one's just been getting a lot of rave reviews. I think what really caught my attention the most is this is a very suspenseful kind of thriller-ish read. All I know is something happens in the zoo. There's a mother and a son, and something happens and they end up staying in the zoo. I think there's like a shooter or something happening. But what's really amazing, and you know, the fact I think a lot is going to play off of like what this mother will do for her son, but I think the most amazing part about this, the part that I just can't seem to get out, is the fact that this whole entire book takes place over a 3-hour span. Like, I think that's such a cool and unique kind of concept, and just a crazy whirlwind of like a timeline that's going to be happening in this book. So my friend Holly is actually hosting a book buddy read for this one starting on August 15th. And I'm hoping if I can finish The Doll Funeral that I'm going to jump in and hopefully buddy read with them. So if you guys are interested, I will leave a link to Holly's account as well, so you guys can check her out, jump in. But definitely, if I can make it on the 15th, I'm going to jump in, and I have a hashtag for buddy reads, and it is hashtag read with Jessi, and that way if you guys are reading with us, definitely tag it, and I'll be sure to share all my favorites on my feed, in my story I mean, and so that way you guys, you know, we can just share and talk and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait. It wasn't originally on my August TBR, but I am cramming it in because it just sounds so amazing. And just to let you guys know too, because I kind of went on that tangent about the book of the month, but if you guys haven't signed up and you want to, definitely either leave your email below or send me a message or find me on Instagram or something like that and let me know that you want to sign up, because if you guys do, I can send you a link and it'll be amazing. You guys get a super cute little tote bag from Book of the Month, as well as your very first book for only $9.99, so it's a really great deal. I also benefit and I get a free book, so I would definitely love that. So yeah, this is everything that I have read, currently reading, or want to read over the next week. I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy the series. Like I always say, if there's anything else you guys want to see added, please comment below, let me know. If you guys are liking the videos, please thumbs up so I know to keep doing them. But I just really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the love, the support. We did hit just over 900 followers here, so I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.